Hiya guys, this is Elliot from etjenglish.com, helping you become a fluent English speaker. Today we're talking about phrasal verbs, in particular the word look. So, obviously we know that phrasal verbs are essentially a verb followed by another word which completely changes the meaning of what the verb would normally mean. So, I know we all love them, so let's get into it. So, we have look up to, look down on, look over, look in on, look through, look after, look into, look out, and the option for look out for, and look around. So I'm going to break all of these phrasal verbs down and make them nice and simple for you. So let's get started with look up. So literally, to look up means to look above you, look up at the sky, look up at the moon. So it's just using your eyes in the direction of above you. But to look up can also mean that things are becoming good or positive. So, say you have a business and it's starting to make lots of money and it's looking good. You could say that things are starting to look up, or things are looking up. So, the situation is changing, it's becoming positive. And now we have look up to. So, very similar word at the start, but the look up is now followed by a to. To meaning direction. You're directing what you're looking up at something. What it means really, if you look up to someone, it means you respect or admire them. So if you look up to someone, for example, your father, and you respect him and admire him, you would say, I look up to my father. It means that you want to be like your father. He is your role model. And a role model is someone that you admire. You want to be like them. So you look up to them. Easy. Now we have look down on. So down, it means beneath you. So before we were looking up, now we're looking down. So it's the opposite of looking up to someone. You're now looking down on them. I'll give you an example. I look down on him. He is a bad person. In a way, this means that they are less than you. They are inferior. Inferior means they are lower than you. They are worse and just generally below you. So, for another example, if someone in your class is worse at English than you, you look down on them because they are worse. But it is quite rude to say in that context. Next one, look over. So, to look over something generally, literally, means to look over like a wall or a fence. You put your hands on it and climb over it and peek your head over to look over. But it can also mean to check something in a more skim through kind of way, like quickly. So, for example, an essay or a report, you might ask someone, can you look over this for me? So you would say this if you want someone to just quickly check your report before you hand it in to the boss, just to make sure there's no mistakes and that it's all kind of correct. It's not quite as thorough as the next one I'm going to show you though, which is look through. So this generally means to inspect and to look for details in detail. So it's a bit more of a thorough version of look over. It requires more commitment. So, for an example, if you've lost something in your house and you're looking everywhere for it, you can't find it, you could say, I will look through the bin, meaning you will look in the bin to see if you can find it. This one is quite common, so make sure you've got this one. And now we have look in on. So generally we might ask someone to look in on something if we want them to take care of it, or someone. So for example, you could be going on a holiday for the weekend, which is exciting. I wish I was. And you could say to your neighbor, I am going away this weekend. Can you look in on the house? So this is just a way of asking the person to take care of the house occasionally while I'm gone. So just to look in on the house and make sure it hasn't burnt down. Now, probably the most used phrasal verb in this presentation is look after. It's similar to look in on, and it does mean to take care of something. But this one requires a bit more effort and commitment. So, once again, we're going away on holiday, yay, and we can say, can you look after my cat while I'm gone? Meaning, can you take care of the cat while I'm gone? It just means a little bit more effort and commitment needs to go into it because it's a cat. It's not, it's alive. It's a bit more important, so we need to look after it. Now for look into. This one's used quite a lot in business language, and generally it means to investigate. So to look into something. So for example, we're going to a travel agent because we're going to book our holiday, and we want them to find out some more information about a hotel. And they say, I will look into it, meaning they'll do a bit of investigating, a bit of research, and they will find out more about the hotel for us. They will look into it and find out some details. Next up, look out. So firstly, I'll do look out, and then I'll get on to the look out for. But look out is very commonly used. For example, I'm throwing a ball. I completely miss my target, and it's about to hit you in the head. I would shout, look out, to make sure it doesn't hit you and you're aware of what's going on. In contrast, a similar phrase is to look out for something. It means to pay attention. So imagine I've lost my dog. I'm looking for it. I'm looking out for it myself, trying to see if I can find it anywhere. But if I approach a stranger, I could say to them, can you look out for my dog? I've lost him. Meaning just to make the person aware of what's going on. The dog is missing. If you see it, I just want you to be aware and let me know if you find him. And our final phrasal verb of today is to look around. Literally, to look around means to look around. It just means to see what is around you with your eyes and look. But to look around can also mean to browse. Browsing means to look and see what is available around you. Sorry, I'm saying the word around a lot. Anyway, this phrase is really useful. I'm sure you've had this experience before. I've worked in retail myself, so I was that annoying sales assistant. But imagine you're in a shop and you've got a sales assistant who won't leave you alone. He keeps asking you, can I help you? Is there anything you're looking for today? They just want to make money out of you. Well, you can just say, no thanks, I'm just looking around. And this just means I'm browsing. I'm just seeing what is here. I may buy something, I may not, but I'm just looking around. This is really commonly used as well, and it's a good one to have under your belt. So remember this one. And now is the fun part. It's your turn. I want you to write in the comments section, and I want you to tell me anything using one of these phrasal verbs. It could be anything, it could be something true, it could be something you make up. But I want you to use these phrasal verbs and practice. Practice makes perfect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope your understanding of phrasal verbs is that tiny bit better. And yes, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and visit my website. You know what to do. Thank you very, very much, and happy learning.